What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And I'm back in the building with a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 10. This is part 3 of the reunion. And then our housewives are gone for some months. And I'm really going to miss them because we got basketball wives coming up. I don't really like a lot of people on there, maybe a few. They ain't like my housewives, though. And even though people felt like this season was a lackluster season, I would always take Real Housewives of Atlanta over Basketball Wives. But anyways, you guys. Oh, they're going to give us a special, next Sunday. So I guess they're going to have, an anniversary special. Anyways, let's get off into this reunion. It was pretty good. Starts back off with Kim. Kim is pretty much saying that she doesn't give a fuck about NeNe parking in a handicap spot, and she's going back and forth with NeNe about that. And it's just like, if you don't give a fuck, then bitch, why did you record her in the first place? Kim, the things you do, they don't make sense. So then NeNe and Kim, they go back and forth on Kim having all these diseases. And that motherfucking NeNe, this was the highlight of the show to me. She said, "Where is your scooter? Where is your scooter? You done had all these diseases, bitch." I was cracking the fuck up. That motherfucker, "Where is your scooter?" has been all over the motherfucking social media. Everybody has been hashtagging it. I've been saying it to my daughter. She got her a little scooter. I said, "Where is your scooter?" That was just so funny when NeNe let her have it, and Kim looking like a damn fool. I watched somebody review, they said like she going to a Halloween party. She do. She looks like a fucking joke. Next, they get off into NeNe briefly mentions how Kim is the only one that could have something. You know how Kim had to come in her house talking about her house and shit, how it got bugs in it, and it's, NeNe's house is nice. And I already told y'all, Kim has that whites only attitude where, nobody on this cast can have anything nice, especially NeNe. Her and Sheree are very jealous of NeNe. I hope you guys really walk away with that. They're very jealous. They're mad that they started out with her and she's way more successful than them. Okay, so we get off into Sheree's segment, and they play back clips of Sheree admitting to dating Tyrone, while he's in prison. And they replay Callie, y'all know Sheree's daughter, saying that with all the fish in the sea, you go for the jailbait. And Andy let Sheree know Callie wasn't here for, you dating Tyrone. She didn't like that, Sheree. And Sheree gonna say, "Well, of course she didn't like that. My kids are very protective of me." No, she recognizes that her mother is a desperate, stupid fool for dating a man in prison. Let's just call it what it is, bitch. And then, Sheree is a big liar, you guys, because she ends up telling Andy that Andy asked her, "Well, how long have you been with Tyrone?" And Sheree said, "Well, she's been with Tyrone for 1.5 years or 2 years. Bitch, which one is it? Is it September or spring, summer? Or, can we ever get a fucking clear answer out of you, you lying ass bitch?" And I see why her and Kim is so cool, because they both lie like it ain't shit. It's so fucking aggravating, you guys. Okay, so then Kim mentions how she thinks that Tyrone is good for Sheree because he provides her with emotional support. And it's, when a motherfucker is in prison, you're not connecting with them emotionally. He has not proven he could do anything for you. He's just filling your motherfucking head up until he gets out. That's what that is. So I don't see what type of friend they are to each other. If you had a friend that you really cared about, you would do all you can to convince her to not date somebody in prison, especially not somebody, she would kind of just be getting with. And yeah, they dated before, but it's not like they was together for 7-8 years and then he ended up going. I mean, just stupid. Anyways, Sheree denies Tyrone helping to pay for Chateau Sheree. And Sheree said that if Tyrone don't get out in the next, if he don't get out after the next 2 years, she ain't gonna be with him no more. And I'm just looking like, well, they said he's getting 4 years. So this bitch is lying again because they said he gonna be in there for another 4 years. She's saying she ain't gonna wait on him if he has to do the 2. That's what she's sticking with. So if he don't get out, which he didn't, he's gonna have to do that extra 4. She talking about she ain't gonna stay with him. I thought it was very strange all of a sudden she's sitting up here talking about I've still been going out on dates. I still live my life. And Andy was like, well, really? Because you the same one that claimed y'all go get engaged when he get out. So how does he feel about you, going out on dates and you still living your life? Sheree is lying. This was nothing but a storyline for her, because one minute you in love with this man and you don't want to be with nobody else. And the next minute you're with him, but yet you still living your life. Dating, going out on dates, you're doing you off to the side, but yet you want us to believe that you in love with him. That don't make no damn sense. And bitch, you lying. You lying. You ain't gotta lie to kick it, Sheree. That motherfucking instigating Andy ends up saying, why do I feel like I hear NeNe saying close your legs to married men? And then Kim go bring up, she dated Greg while he was still married. She should close her legs to married men. So, honey, Kim and NeNe get off into it really bad. And NeNe said that Kim was messing with another married man before Big Papa. What is it? Some guy named Lee? What is Papa's real name? Is he Lee? Or I was a little bit confused. So, yeah, she said that Kim was dating a married man. She was a stripper at the Oasis Club, and she used to strip in her little nurse outfit, honey. I believe I heard that before on this show. I wouldn't be surprised. Kim is trash. That's what Kim would do. That messy ass Andy ends up asking Kim, well, did Big Papa ever divorce his wife? And Kim go shake her head, and then NeNe was like, nope. And then Kim was, well, I don't know. Bitch, he never left her, because he was never leaving her for your ass. This bitch is allergic to the truth, you guys. Okay, so next Andy gets a question, and I believe it's Andy, you guys, making up these motherfucking questions, but I'll entertain his ass. He asks, NeNe, why did you get so offended when the girls asked you about Tyrone in Barcelona? And she was just like, I was sick of constantly being asked about him. I even called Sheree up, gave her a heads up, because I felt like, it was going to a place where it shouldn't have been with me and Tyrone. Nothing ever really happened with me and him. And I felt like that was pretty cool for her to give Sheree a heads up, but Sheree sure enough stabbed you in the back, NeNe. Acting a damn fool and acting like, I don't know, Sheree didn't act in a way that NeNe gave her a heads up. She just acted in her normal backstabbish way. That's how Sheree acts. And Kandi tried to defend herself, saying, well, I never wanted to imply that she had dated him. Shut up, Kandi. You was being messy, and you did think that she had dated him based on how she was acting. So then Andy was like, well, playing it back, you do look kind of guilty, And then NeNe was just like, I don't care how it looks. It is what it is. So next, Andy brings up the whole situation with Tyrone, saying that NeNe stalked him, and then Sheree had mentioned something about NeNe put on Twitter that she sucked his dick, and NeNe was just like, hell, I was being funny with it because motherfuckers feel like I did that, so that's why I began saying, yeah, I sucked his dick, yeah, I stalked him, that's what I do when I want somebody, I stalk motherfuckers, that's what I do. I was cracking the fuck up. That motherfucking NeNe is genius. She has a way of turning shit around on these bitches and making them look stupid. Making fans feel stupid when they come at her. Making Sheree and Kim look all types of stupid. Just like with the whole roach thing that Kim and her husband and them tried to pull her daughter All of that shit, NeNe turned that shit right back around, and the joke is on you, bitch. So NeNe is a genius at doing that to people on this show. That motherfucking Portia, y'all, she had me cracking up when she said this.
Someone's children, period, and your son and your whole daughter.
That shit was so funny. Oh my God. So they get off into the whole situation of Kenya saying that Kim, tried to pimp her daughter out for the John Legend tickets. And that motherfucking Portia told them, baby, they came over there bothering me. I had my Hennessy. I was playing with my wigs. Portia, you always blaming shit on the damn Hennessy. What is it, girl? But that shit was funny. Portia wasn't even trying to be funny in this shit. I told you guys I cracked the fuck up last night. I damn near choked on my damn drink. She called your whole daughter. And that's what the girl is, because that's how Kim got her out here acting. You don't make a comment like that, Kim. When you love and have respect for your motherfucking kids, you don't make comments like that. It's disgusting. John Legend said that it was unnecessary because Andy had played back what John Legend and Chrissy Teigen had said about the situation. Chrissy Teigen pretty much admitted to being friends with Kim, but you could kind of tell she felt like it was a joke in poor taste. And John Legend thought definitely he agreed with NeNe because NeNe had mentioned, hell, the music ain't that good. I just listen to you in the iPod. I ain't pimping my child out for no damn John Legend tickets. So just very poor joke and poor taste, horrible. It lets you know the type of parent that Kim is. So Andy pretty much asked Kim and Kenya, how did y'all beef even start? Like, how did y'all end up going back and forth? Because they didn't replay the whole situation with Kim and Kenya going in on each other at NeNe's white party. And then Kenya pretty much stated it all started from the last episode of last year on the season finale when they went to Sheree's housewarming party, and Kenya had went down in the basement, and Kim pretty much dragged Kenya, was saying, oh, well, you shouldn't have went down there with the film crew. You knew her basement wasn't done. You knew that the party was upstairs. You was trying to be funny. And Kenya was just like, Kim, that was between me and Sheree. Me and Sheree have been throwing shade at each other about our houses. So that's just what we do. And that was between us. And I agree with Kenya. It's like, Kim, you are always getting yourself involved in shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Sheree was shady towards Kenya, and Kenya was shady towards Sheree. So it was pretty much fair game. And then Kim tried to make it look like, well, Kenya, she has been thinking about it. She's obsessed with me. And, for her to bring up how my husband isn't working and, my man ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. Kim, it's funny you could say that to Kenya, but what about what you do to NeNe? You are filming her being in a handicap spot. Your daughter is taking videos of, in your book, roaches being in her house. So, that's okay, but what Kenya is doing is wrong. Kim, you full of shit. Okay, so we reach a part where Cynthia pretty much lets Andy know that Kim did come for Kenya in NeNe's house. Kenya was not there to try to start any drama with Kenya. And, Kim go look at Cynthia like, oh, you need to just stay out of it, Cynthia. And Cynthia's like, no, I'm going to speak up and say it, for what it is. Then he gets some question from Twitter. Anyways, that I feel he done made up. The person is pretty much saying to Kenya, well, Kenya, it seems like you're jealous of Kim. She has everything you want, the husband and the kids. And Kenya was like, please, don't nobody want babies, kids, all them fucking kids. And I'm with Kenya. I don't think any one of these women on here is jealous of Kim. She don't have shit. Kim acts like these women that have 6 kids by 6 different men. She's always trying to have another baby. She's always trying to get out of really working and, really, even NeNe said that the bitch don't have a good work ethic. Kim is just lazy. She's passive. That's why she has all these kids. Croy ain't about shit now. You know, he ain't nothing but her motherfucking chauffeur, her valet, her Uber driver. It's just ridiculous. She is just trash, you guys. They get off into whose idea was it for NeNe and Greg to come in the Roach costume, and Cynthia said that it was her idea, and then Andy pretty much praised her for her costume as 50 Cent and how she couldn't keep the ladies off of her. And then Andy, he messy as fuck. He go say, well, Cynthia, you could have finally gotten Kandi. Kandi telling us, no. Kandi, you would fuck with Cynthia. Bitch, don't try it. Don't try it. So they pretty much got somebody off of Twitter, wherever the fuck he reading these questions. They say, Kim, don't you think that was wrong of you to say that NeNe is on drugs, especially with the situation that happened with Portia and Kandi being accused of drugging Portia to have sex with her? And I agree. I felt like that was even more damaging than what Portia said, because Portia repeated what she heard, and Kim said it straight out of her fucking mouth. And Kim, you should not be sitting up here saying that NeNe is on drugs. They played it back several times. Your motherfucking ass was caught lying I don't know how many times in this fucking episode. You admitted that you felt like NeNe was on drugs. Now all of a sudden you get to the motherfucking reunion. Well, she just definitely wasn't herself. No, bitch, talk that drug talk that you was motherfucking talking. Kim is the definition of somebody, you guys, that throws a rock and hides her hands. She is a coward, and I'm not here for her motherfucking ass. So Kandi chimes in and mentioned to Kim when they had their little dinner session on the show that she didn't feel like that was cool what Kim said about NeNe being on drugs. She said that she was offended by that, and she told Kim that she felt that was wrong. And then Kim goes shoot back off at Kandi talking about, well, I didn't like that you said I had a drinking problem. Kim, on the show, you stated to Kandi at that dinner, well, first off, bitch, we always notice you have a red Solo cup with you with your own choice of drink. So you are drinking an alcoholic beverage, bitch. Okay? You done came on the fucking reunion with a Solo cup. So you got a drinking problem, bitch. Then you sat up and told Kandi, well, that's why Croy always drives me so I can drink. And they played it back, you lying ass bitch. And you was caught on camera saying that. Then you want to put it off on Kandi and play victim. Well, I don't think it was cool. You accused me of having a drinking problem. You do have a fucking drinking problem. And Kandi said, you know what? I said what I said and I ain't changing. I said, oh Lord, look at Kandi over there looking like a baby NeNe. How you doing, Kandi? But yeah, Kim, you's a motherfucking lie. You have a problem. I think you're codependent. I do think you got a drinking problem, but you are definitely codependent the way your husband needs to be all in your ass every day. That's why y'all got all them fucking kids, because you don't never stay up off that dick. But yeah, you got a problem, bitch, and you got some codependency issues you need to see a therapist about. So they get off into another lie that Kim told on the show that she tried to backpedal her ass out of. Remember when Kim was talking to Sheree, I guess at lunch, and she had mentioned that Kandi tried to eat her box. They played that back, and that is what you insinuated, Kim. They played back your ass acting a motherfucking fool trying to clown Kandi. And I felt like that was in poor taste, Kim, if you was playing or whatever the fuck you was doing. It was in poor taste because Kandi was already accused of being raped or of raping somebody on the show. She was already accused of that. So for you to try to insinuate that she would try to eat your nasty ass box, and I know Kandi, she may eat pussy or whatever, but I'm pretty sure she don't want your white trash box. Your shit, I bet you your shit is all fucked up, Kim. Nobody wants you, okay? Whites only, nobody wants you. But whites only part 2, which is Croy. Okay, so that was just wrong. And then Kandi got off into Sheree's ass and was just like, I didn't think it was cool that you didn't even tell me what she said. And then here go backpedaling ass Sheree. Well, no, I didn't know that she had said that like that. And Sheree, shut the fuck up. You was right motherfucking there. All these bitches do is lie. That's why I'm so glad that Sheree is fired. Kim White's only ass ain't coming back. I am so happy, you guys. I thought it was very interesting when my homegirl Cynthia said, we need a new bone collector. Yes, y'all do, because this generic bitch is not doing the trick. She is a horrible bone collector. She does not help out anybody but Kim. Here go Kim's victim ass. All these questions you're asking, Andy, they're just gross. You are the one that said all this shit, bitch. Even NeNe said so. They got you on tape saying all this shit. It wasn't you that said it, bitch. So that motherfucker Sheree, her backpedaling ass, ends up saying, well, I had heard Kandi licking box before, so I didn't think it was a big deal when Kim said it. And Kandi looking at Sheree like, bitch, when have you ever heard that? Like, run that by me again? So, honey, they get off into this trip that Kandi and Kim took in the past. Y'all remember when she was dating DJ Tracy? Kandi said that Kim was laid all up in the bed with DJ Tracy while the kids was all abandoned in the living room, honey. I'm like, ooh, spill the tea, Kandi. What happened? So Kandi lets off into Kim's ass, saying how she sits her ass on the sidelines like a motherfucking fan and then gets her ass on the show and tries to comfort her and comfort other people. I'm like, yes, Kandi, dig into this bitch. So Andy tries to ask Kim about her, racist comments she's made on the show, especially the whole Roachgate thing and trying to imply that NeNe is a black woman that has roaches. Kim denies all of that. Even Kandi tries to explain, when you say somebody has roaches, especially a black person, you saying that they're broke, they're poor, they're dirty. They are the bottom of the barrel. And that is what I would, if you ever said I had roaches or anybody, that's how they're going to perceive that. Kim tried to say, well, no, that had nothing to do with being black, or that's not how I meant it. You was really trying to shit on this woman's success. And even Kandi was like, this woman has came a long way. She has nice things. Why you go say that about her? That's not cool. And Kim trying to dig on out of it. Well, no, that's not how I meant it. I'm like, you just a fake ass bitch. Next, Portia gets off into Sheree's ass for not telling NeNe about the video that Kim took of her house. Backpedaling as Sheree says, well, I didn't think that video was going to come out like that. Sheree, shut the fuck up. And pretty much the point that Portia was making, you guys, is Sheree is only loyal to Kim. Now I see also well why they getting her off this show, because she's not a proper bone collector. She wants to pick and choose what she shares and what she confronts people about, all the while knowing about the Roach video. So yeah, get this fucking bitch off this show. Sheree, you ain't shit. So next thing I know, motherfucking Kim had enough. She's trying to go, and then NeNe was like, girl, go on, get your ass out. Andy asked, will Kim and NeNe ever be friends? And NeNe said, hell no! The door is closed! I was cracking the fuck up. There was also a part I wanted to mention. I believe Kim had mentioned her show Tardy for the Party, how it's been on, I guess, for 7 seasons. And NeNe and all the girls, they was like, well, how was you able to be on for 7 seasons? How did you even get Tardy for the Party? And Kim didn't really want to admit to it. And I'm just looking like, Kim, you got Tardy for the Party because of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Other than that, bitch, ain't nobody checking for you. And then NeNe let your ass know that you don't talk about shit on your show. You don't be doing a motherfucking thing. She said all you want to do on Real Housewives of Atlanta is bring your ass up in here and be negative and be bitter and be judgmental. And she's right. Kim brings so much motherfucking negative energy to this show. Get her ass out. So Andy really quickly asked the ladies all of what they've learned from the season, and NeNe said she learned how to handle a heckler and she regrets what happened with her Uber joke. And then Kandi said she regrets that Sheree didn't tell her about what Kim said about eating her box. And then he goes off to Portia and asks her, what did she learn? She said she learned how to be humble. Sheree said something to the effect that she will start talking about things that the girls don't want to talk about. And I'm like, bitch, shut up. That's why you out. Then he asks Kenya, what did she learn? And, what did she regret? And she said she regretted how she treated, the girls when they were in Houston. And I bet you also learned, Kenya, that if you don't show your motherfucking man, bitch, you will be fired, bitch. I know you learned that really quickly. Because I think Kenya was on some bullshit this season, you guys. She thought she was going to get away with keeping that man away. But Andy has something new for your ass, okay? So after all of that, you guys, Andy excuses the ladies, and then I'm thinking the show is over, and then we get victim as Kim, Whites Only Part 1 and 2, in a bathroom. She wants to meet with Andy Cohen, and she's crying. And Kim is all upset in her feelings with Sheree. Well, Sheree, you didn't have my back. And then she coming at Andy, well, you can't get another white woman to sit her ass on there because she's not willing to make herself look stupid with these women. And I just felt like it was all racist. And what did she say? Something to the effect of, well, all this racism stuff, it doesn't exist. Bitch, racism does exist. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is wrong with this out-of-touch bitch? Crazy as hell. And so, anyways, I like how Andy shut Kim down. He pretty much said, you know what? You were negative and combative the whole season. You had a problem with everything. So, I'm so sick of Croy. I'm sick of Kim. Get her ass out. The door is closed. On season 10, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl, Brand New, and I am out.